Hello Planet Mashers and welcome to day 9 of 31 days of Bullet Journal Page Ideas Challenge. Today I am doing my perfect day spread. Quite a few of you guys actually asked me to do this spread on my Instagram stories, so here it is. For my perfect day I am switching to a Dingbats notebook, which is a little bit larger than A5 size, simply because I don't really need that much space as B5 offers. So I started the spread from the header, and you will see later on that it was a little bit of a mistake because of how many hours I'm awake. It's a little bit too small of a column, so I needed to move it around and find a kind of a better and more centric placement for that. And after that I realized that my header was a bit too high and a little bit too one-sided, like it was too much on the right, so I had to kind of redo it all in the end. So when you start your ideal day spread, make sure you start from creating this vertical schedule first. Oh, and yes, this time I'm using a vertical schedule. I know there are many ways to do it, and you can do it in a circle as well. But I just feel like for this, the vertical format is much better, and it's just much easier to understand it from the first glance than it is to understand circle one. I know, because I used to use circle one to plan my days, and even though it looked cool, it was still a little bit confusing. It took extra few seconds to figure it out. So what I did is I started from a vertical pattern from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, which is from around 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. And no, I don't wake up at 5 at the moment, but hey, we're talking about my perfect day, and that's how it would look. For now, La Paz is a little bit too cold for me to wake up at 5 a.m. I just can't get out of bed. Anyways, so on the right and on the left, I have plenty of space to write whatever it is I'm doing. And what I do is I write what it is I'm doing, and I try to add a little bit of fun to the spread, and I add little doodles. Speaking of doodles, of course, most of them are available in the worksheet for this day, which you of course already can find in our Facebook group. The link is in the description. So as you can see, this is currently my perfect day for October. There is quite a lot of filming during the day, and of course that's because I'm doing this challenge in October. I think in my usual days I would not be doing that many hours of filming. I would probably replace it with something else Masha plans related. So I guess in November I would have to redo this spread. But I really like doing my perfect day. It helps me to kind of start concentrating on what my schedule should be, It helps me to think through again what is it I want to spend my time on, and it helps me to be more organized. For this spread today, I decided that I will make most of it in black and white, and I won't be adding that much color. You can of course do it differently. Last time I did it, I actually color coded all my activities. So I had a color for rest time, for work, for food, and I think I had a different color for entertainment. So that's also something pretty useful you can do in your ideal day spread, because again, visually it will be much easier to understand the spread if it's color coded, especially if you're using already this color somewhere and you kind of have it already memorized. But for me, I decided not to do it this time, and I'm using very little color. For that reason, I actually chose to use Ecoline brush pens, the pastel set, because their colors are very light and barely noticeable, and I feel like they kind of create the right feel I was going for. Of course, I'm coloring all the letters, but as for doodles, I decided that in each doodle I will color just one part of a doodle, but not the whole doodle. It's just something I wanted to try, but it didn't work everywhere. Like for my doodle for meditation, I kind of ended up coloring it all. I kind of like how it came out anyways. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!